Right, Sunil Gavaskar, Dean Jones with us. Dino, I'll come to you simply because you covered the last test match that was played at the Pisara Oval. Just tell us what the pitch is likely to be, because the indications are that the Indians will be drafting in Stuart Binny. That just tells us it's going to be a seaming track.
Yeah, it is. Hello everyone. Hello Sunny Bye. Good to see you again. Great man. That pitch there when the last time they played it did.
Dino.
Hello mate. It had a bit of swing and it definitely carried through. That was the big thing. Matthews got wickets. Charmira, he bowled 150 clicks and really worried the Pakistani batsmen. And this is a big ground as well, because a lot of the batsmen will have to do a lot of the running. You can't just hit it through the covers and get an easy 4 on this ground. It's a little bit of spin there for sure, but without doubt it helps the medium pacers and the guys who can swing the ball.
Okay, I know Sunny, you wouldn't have seen the pitch at the moment, but going by what Dino says in the last test match, would you as captain also be tempted to bring in an extra seamer in place of a spinner? If yes, which is the spinner you'd most likely drop then?
Yeah, before I come to that, I just want to ask Dino whether he's applied for the Indian citizenship. I see more of him in India than in Australia. Yes, I think you want a little bit of a balance in your team. Sometimes it depends on the kind of pitch that you're going to get. I think this is going to be a very good pitch to bat on. Yes, there might be some help for the seamers at the start of day one and maybe for half an hour every morning. But whether Stuart Binny is the man, that's what you've got to think about. When you talk about a seamer, you're talking about a proper seamer. You're not talking about somebody who's going to come in and fill in some overs. So I think that is a question. But there's no doubt that Binny does lend a little more balance to the team, because he can bat and he can bowl a bit. And if they're looking for a fifth option of somebody who can maybe while the ball is new, and if there are early wickets who might give one of the bowlers a bit of a break, a bit of a breather, then I think Stuart Binny is the man.
Okay, Dino, what about you? He says, like Saiba is mentioning that if you're looking at a seamer, then is Stuart Binny the man? That's the question the Indian team would have to answer. Would you go in with 3 seamers on a pitch similar to this? And if yes, who would your 3 seamers be?
I'm against the great Sunny Bye on this one. I'd like to go in with 3 quicks. I think Bhuvi, Sharma, Aaron, I think there's no problem there.
No place for Binny for you?
No place for Binny, and no place for Harbhajan Singh either in this particular, because this pitch, if I know they might shave all the grass off it.
Right.
I don't know. But what I saw in the last test match, I would not go in with 2 spinners. You play Mishra as your first spinner, of course, and then Ashwin and Mishra, and your all-rounder is Saha, your wicket-keeper batsman. So, so that's that's where I would go. I think Bhuvi would do really well, because the ball really swung prodigiously there the last time they played there.
Okay, Saibai, like Dino says, he'd rather go with 3 genuine seam bowlers rather than bringing in Binny. Irrespective of who the Indian team brings in, who do you think? I mean, my direct question to you is, Harbhajan Singh, do you see him play this test match as well after what we saw in the previous test match?
I don't think Harbhajan will play this game because the fact that they brought in Stuart Binny, they've flown in Stuart Binny, is clearly an indication that they want to maybe leave one of the spinners out. And to an extent, they have sort of handicapped themselves by not picking a left-hand spinner. If there had been a left-hand spinner in the team, then you had that extra option. But I think I totally agree with Dino. I would, if I have to go with the 3rd seamer, I'll go with Bhuvneshwar Kumar, because he can bat a bit. We saw that in England, we saw that in Australia. He's a stubborn batsman, and he can swing the ball. And he'll swing the ball a lot more than Stuart Binny does. So if you're going to go with the seamer, I would certainly go in with Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Okay,
very interesting. After speaking to our 2 experts, 2 things that are in common what the 2 of you have said. Play a regular seamer. Both of you agree Bhuvneshwar should be that regular seamer. Harbhajan probably may not find a spot in the playing 11. Okay, going to the batting, Dino, to you. You've been watching a little bit of Indian cricket and not very happy with the batting order, is it?
No, it's got problems with injuries, etc. And I've always worried about the top 4. All the great teams have had real hard nut opening batters, guys who can play greats like, of course, Sunny. And I look at the greats with the Australians. You've had Hayden and Langer, of course, Gordon, Greenwich and Haynes. Now, you've got to have your top 2 guys, are real hard nuts to go out there. And the question mark is, has Rahul's has his defence been good enough? It hasn't. He's been poor. He's made 100, but his defence has been poor.
But do you think he's gotten enough of a run in the team?
No, for me, this is my 6 that I would go in. I know there's a few changes.
Right. In order.
VJ, I would play. Pujara, I would open the batting with. I would put number 3 as Rahane. I think he's batting way too low for me, Rahane. I'd keep Kohli at 4, but I know Sonny liked to see Kohli to bat at number 3 and bat Rahane down a bit. And then, of course, the Rohit could come in and Saha there. But my top 5, VJ, Pujara, Rahane, Kohli, then Rohit Sharma from there.
Okay, interesting thoughts there. Anyway, because the big debate in Indian cricket recently has been, should Pujara play or should Rohit Sharma play? We've got Dino here who thinks both of them should play, get Pujara to open. How do you see this batting lineup?
Well, that's not a bad thought at all. I think Pujara is a pretty solid player, the kind of solid player you need at the top of the order. When the ball's moving around, the pitch is a little bit difficult to play. I think, and with his experience recently in English county cricket, he might be the man to bat at the top of the order. But I still insist that Virat Kohli should bat at number 3. If Virat is talking about number 4 being the number that he has, then why did he bat at number 5 in the second innings of the Galle Test? Why did Rohit Sharma come ahead of him at number 4? I know there was a night watchman that had been sent, but then Virat should have come in at number 4, and then Rohit Sharma, etc. at number 5, 6. If 4 is a lucky number for him. I know cricketers are superstitious, but if that is not the case, Virat Kohli, the captain, should lead by example. He should bat at 3. I've been saying that since the beginning of the series, and I still stick to that, because he is by far the best batsman in the Indian team.
Okay, that's a very valid point. In fact, Sahiba has been making that point. We're completely out on time on this one, but Sahiba, one question to you. We've been reading a few media reports. Mayank Agarwal, who's done really well for India A, has just said that basically he's got a lot of runs simply because he spent a few minutes with you while you were doing commentary. Few tips from you have helped him score a lot of runs. My question to you is not about Mayank Agarwal, but would you fancy spending a few minutes with this current Indian team in Colombo? Might help them too.
Anytime. For the Indian cricket team, anytime. You know, while I was there in Chennai for the commentary, Rahul Dravid came to me and said if I could spend some time. I spent some time with the guys in the evening after they had won the game. And, you know, it was terrific. And with this team, I love this team, you know. And I'd love to, you know, spend time with them if I'm asked.